82 years ago today was one of the most important, tragic, and horrible instances of our life, of our world. And I don't think anybody's ever even thought about it. Do you? I don't think anybody's even care. I don't think anybody's even given it a chance. It was the first time that we were really considering what it means like to have an actual conspiracy theory where there exists the possibility that the government of the United States, up to and including FDR, either knew about, organized through a lie hop, make it happen on purpose, or lie hop, let it happen on purpose. Allowed for something as horrible as Pearl Harbor either to occur, or it could have very well been the legerdemain, the conniving, underhanded planning of Winston Churchill and Great Britain. Perfide Albion. The perfidious Albion. In a game of Tertius Gaudens, I spent this afternoon reading and watching and listening to some of the most incredible history that I will not bore you with because, frankly, you would hate it beyond anything. But it involves Husband Kimmel and Admiral Turner and one of the most enigmatic folks ever. This idea of the hero, and I'm not suggesting he's not, but Winston Churchill, and how from the days of Edward VII, that the Great Britain then and what they believed to be this notion of indispensable role of battleships and navies, and how Billy Mitchell, who confounded that, was court-martialed because he claimed it was air power. I'm not going to bore you with this. I'm not. I know you don't want to hear it. I know you, and I don't blame you. But my friends, if ever you find yourself willing to spend a good day just pouring through one of the most fascinating stories of all time, I commend to you the story of Pearl Harbor. Now, my friends, do us a favor. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel. Please hit that little bell so you're notified of live streams and new videos. And as we talk about crypto and gold and investment tumults, I invite you to listen carefully to this most incredible word, I should say, from LionelNationGold.com. Did you hear what I just said? LionelNationGold.com. Have you checked it out? Well, here's why you should. Well, chances are you've seen it before. The chaos in the markets, oil and stocks. Just when you thought it was safe and interest rates were rising, new threats come out of nowhere. Tensions are boiling from Asia to Europe. Adaptation is the key here to safeguarding your wealth. You may not have considered gold before. It's not speculation, but insurance. And right now, you need some insurance. Noble Gold Investments have been protecting investors from disaster for years with precious metals. So if you're worried, it might be time to take a fresh look at gold and silver. Gold is a proven safe haven shield for your portfolio and a volatility balance against uncertainty. If it helps, Noble Gold Investments is offering a free 3-ounce silver American Virtue coin with its new IRAs this month. If you open your Noble Gold Investments IRA or 401k rollover, you can claim your coin today. Remember, crisis brews, portfolios waver, and gold insulates. Secure yourself against the threats. So go to LionelNationGold.com. That's LionelNationGold.com, or call 877-646-5347 and tell them Lionel sent you. The only gold company I trust. Now remember, there's always a risk of investment, and there's no guarantee of any kind. You know, there must be a very strange part of me because this Eve, Mrs. L, said, would you go through this particular necklace, and it's all knotted up. And it's so calming to sit here and try to find, it's like, well, where is this? Where is this not? How do you find the end? How? And then I realized this is our world. This is our world. This is the most incredible thing in the world. This is trying to find the knot, trying to untangle this. And everything today has always been is weird. It's like one symbolic moment, like yes, this is yes. That's exactly what this is. Yes, it's that. Then in the kitchen of hell, Hell's Kitchen, I was driving about the Yugo. It's a stretch. And I turned the corner and it's like, there is nothing worse than being behind one of these stupid horse-drawn carriages. By the way, it's 40 degrees. It's freezing. May not seem like 40, but it's freezing. And these horses are out there. The police are out there on their horses. And the city's going crazy with the tree and everything. And when you get behind one of these stupid horse things, you want to scream because they're so slow and you can't get around them. So tonight, I looked in the rearview mirror, and lo and behold, there's a horse behind me. The luck. It's behind me. So these poor bastards have to wait for this clippity-clop thing. Then we get this and everywhere around us. But let me go back to what I was saying, my friends. By the way, it's not animal abuse. That is the most ridiculous thing in the world. How many people think that a horse, not just pulling this light wagon, it's animal abuse, that a horse is abused? They have stables, they're out there. Why do you think this is animal abuse? Why, dare I say, do you think it's animal abuse? You don't have any idea of what horses do. You have no idea what horses do. Liam Neeson came to a hearing that was held a while back. And on the West Side, they have all of these, I guess not paddocks, but these stables, where these horses are, and they all line up. One of the reasons why Bill de Blasio was so keen on getting rid of horses at first, because he made a deal with a bunch of developers on the Upper West Side to get rid of these stables so that they could put apartments in there. Liz Solak says, I wouldn't have the patience to live in the big city. They probably enjoy it. All I know is a family lost every one of their young men. I don't know what that means. Horse feathers. It most certainly is abuse. The pollution alone is harmful, and the hard surfaces. Horses like to run. Really? Do you ever see horses out in the paddock? Do you ever see horses running long periods of time? No. Do they run for miles at a time? No. If left to their own devices, do horses run? No. No. You're being anthropomorphic and silly. We look at animals, and we've never been able to understand what they are. Forgive me while I feel like Captain Queeg with the strawberries. Laura Floyd says, we have horse carriage rides in our city too. I love looking at the horses pass by. I also hope the horses are cared for with love. We have not only that, there are police in the area. I love the smell of horse leather. I love the smell of the tack rooms. I love horse manure. I love the sounds. I like the sound of the horseshoes on the street. I love that. Tony Soprano says, YouTube's Lionel. Opinions firing like bullets. Smart, entertaining, but more angles than geometry class. Always keeps me guessing. Thank you, Tony. Look what I've done. Look what I just did. Oh, spoke too soon. Close enough. Almost. Thank you, Tony. I appreciate that. We always love through this anthropomorphic idea. Oh, look, there's the animal. He likes me. He's happy. Happy? Yeah, he's wagging his tail. That's happy? Or is that something else? What does that mean, happy? You mean content? Do you know if an animal is happy as anthropomorphic. How do you know what happy is? How do you know the fact the dog is not excited about something? Excited in an excitatory. We do this all the time. We do this. We look at cloud. Oh, look, the cloud looks like a duck. It doesn't look like a duck. Well, I think it is. Because we impart what we think things are. Now, there was a study a while back that said something to the effect of, does an animal love? Do you think your animal loves you? Or does your animal look at you like the person that feeds it? You ever had a cat bring you mouse entrails? I had that one time. Does the cat love you? Is he giving you a gift? A gift? People actually told me that. He's bringing you a gift. Cat doesn't know what a gift is. Cat knows domination. The cat knows the rules of the jungle, so to speak. He doesn't know a gift. Well, it's interesting. They had a dog one time, and I believe they put the dog in a PET scan, no pun intended, and they would look at imaging. And when they let the dog smell something that belonged to the owner, some article of clothing, and they noticed that the part of the brain fired, which was closely connected to, I forget what it was, sustenance, protection, or something, and it was as close to love as you can have. Animals don't love. That is a human emotion. That is a human emotion. And it is still the most dangerous thing that human beings exhibit. Do you agree with me? Do you ever have somebody, a loved one, do you ever have a teenager who had their first love affair and they get their heart broken? Explain that one to somebody. Explain how when you can look at somebody and you can say, I like this person, I'm attracted to this person, but I love this person. What does that mean? It's one of the things which is so interesting. And to explain to a person, a young person in particular, what they're going through, I think is one of the saddest events, because you got to say, get ready for this, because love is an obsessive compulsive disorder. It is not in any way connected to rational thought. I mean, there's a sexual component at first, but when that removes itself into something else, it becomes, and then as love becomes older, it's the most fantastic thing in the world. Oh, Liz Solak says, love is complicated like nothing you have ever done, because love is not in any way necessary for the perpetuation of the species. That is completely a human thing, a human takeoff. Love, when your heart goes pitter-patter. You can see somebody and you can say, yeah, I've been shacking up with this one, or shagging this one, or hooking up with this one, and my heart doesn't go pitter-patter. Not my heart, but you know what I mean? That's you don't feel that way. You know what's the worst part too? You ever been in a situation where somebody's falling in love with you and you can't reciprocate? Oh, you wouldn't know about that, would you? You wouldn't know about that. Huh? Look at this. I love my cats a lot. They at least appreciate having food and shelter and scratches. They seem to enjoy our company because they are not forced to hang out with us. Your cat doesn't appreciate anything. This is a human trait. Cats don't appreciate. I don't want to be so hard on you. For the love of God, quit putting animals in the sense of human. They're not human. They don't appreciate things. Appreciative. I feel lucky. No, stop it. Pitter patter, but what is sound for a heartbreak? Well, I don't believe in heartbreak, because a heartbreak isn't a heartbreak. It may be, at least initially, but it's disappointment. Heartbreak, that's a permanency to it. Cats don't appreciate, they expect. Cats, by the way, let me explain something about cats, and I know a lot about them. Cats are a wild animal that you may or may not a little bit domesticate. You don't want to talk about this, do you? You don't want to talk about love, do you? Somebody pick up a new topic. You cannot possibly want to talk about love and cats and dogs. You do not possibly want to talk about this. I will, because I love talking about any topic that just comes up in the course of human contact. Just like when you go to an Irish pub and you throw a few back and you see your friend and you just start talking. You don't have set things. Nobody really, you don't want to talk about. What is the most important topic today? That you don't want to talk about FDR and Pearl Harbor. Animals are stressed or content, in my opinion. What do you mean they're stressed? That's about being an animal. What does stress mean? I'm getting to the end of untangling Mrs. L's thing here, and I'm doing a damn good job. And it was a mess. And I was just talking to you, and as I'm talking to you, and as I'm feeling the knots, it just kind of was. I'm gonna tell you a couple of quotes I ran across the other day. Balzac. Now, is that the funniest thing? Balzac. I belong to the opposition party, which is called life. I love this. How about this? Talent hits a target no one else can hit. However, a genius hits a target no one else can see. There's something so beautiful and beauteous about that. Okay? My neighbor's children tend not to defecate in my garden, unlike their cats. Well, if a cat defecates, by the way, it's good for your, so to speak. The defecatory and excretory provisions of cats, I think, are absolutely incredible. You give a cat a box, it does its business, and then covers it up. By the way, be very careful because of toxoplasmosis. Pregnant women should not be. You better really clean that thing, because cat egesta is absolutely rife with a variety of parasitic problems you don't want to play around with. Okay, you got it. Okay. Animals can sense emotions in their owners. I don't know if they sense an emotion, but they notice something that's different. For example, let me tell you what a dog will do. Number one, a dog is one of the few animals that has sclera, white. It's one of the fewest parts that have. I'm almost done here. It's one of the fewer animals that has white, and that means you can tell where the dog is looking. Cats don't have that. You can't tell if a cat's really looking at you, but a dog you can kind of see because of the white. It allows fixation. They also put a little device on a dog's eyes or head, and it could track where the dog was looking. And the dogs look at your eyes. And the dogs they're quick at learning things. You can say, when he sounds like this, he means this. When he does that sing song, give you an example. Years ago, my father got a cat. He had dogs or whatever. And one day this cat shows up, and then we fell in love with the cat. Just went crazy. He says, "What do I do?" I said, "Well, you go to the store and you get a cat whatever, and you get that tabby, whatever the stuff. You sprinkle it, and that's it." How do I teach? I love this. How do I teach the cat how to go in the box? I said, "You don't teach it. It just knows." He goes, "No, come on, seriously." I said, "I'm telling you the truth, but do me a favor. Don't move it. Wherever you put it, you leave it there, okay? You leave it there. Don't move it. So figure out where it is and don't move it. You don't want to play around with that." And I said, "Okay." I said, "By the way, if you ever see the cat doing his business, don't look at the cat, because the cat will give you a look like, you mind? You ever see a cat pooping and you're looking at him? You're like, if it's all the same to you, buddy, can you give me a little moment?" They give you a look. For somebody that doesn't have a lot of emotion, they give you these looks like they turn their head like a sideways glance. It's like, you son of a. So he called me and he said, "You're not going to believe this." I said, "What?" He goes, "The cat's doing it." I said, "I told you." He said, "But I thought you were kidding." I said, "No, I'm telling you the cat do it." Okay. Then one day I said, oh. He said, "The cat ran away." I said, "What do you mean the cat ran away?" "Can't find the cat." I said, "The cat's there. Cat's hiding." "Why is it hiding?" I said, "Well, what were you doing? Were you going to the doctor or something?" I said, Exactly. How did you know? I said, did you call it? Did you say, Kitty? That was the cat's name. Kitty. The cat knows we're going to the doctor. Because you don't do that all the time. The cat knows something's up because you want it. You don't ever call it. You don't need it. It's just kind of there. And when you're calling it, it knows something's up. This is not good. I said, I'm not kidding you. He says, so what do you do? I said, simple. They had these little milk, these cartons of these things, the kitty treats. And you shake it, you shake the box, and here comes a cat. Cat said, food. Or they had in the old, this is before, you could have like a can opener, you hit the can opener, whatever sound you make for the food, there it is. And he said, son of a, there it is. I said, I'm telling you, I know what I'm talking about. These cats are so smart. They just do this thing. I said, now, a couple things too. When the cat rubs you here like this or like this, one's marking, one's affection. Their whiskers, everything, where things are, their whole world is their mouth. But this is like, just like love, not love. Excuse me, I'm breaking my own rule. It's almost like a scent or something. There's a way. It means something. It means something. It means something different. It means something different. I said, oh, by the way, do you ever have a cat? Do you ever spay a cat? Do you ever try to rub its belly after you cut it? Get used to that one. Should cats be declawed? No. I know it's terrible. If you're inside the cat, should not do that because it's amputation. It really is sick. And people who actually take dogs and they cut the throat, the vocal cords, so they can't. Oh, that's ridiculous. Did you ever see a cat look for something? Here's a cat, been inside, goes outside, sees something, and all of a sudden it goes feral. Did you ever see the way its butts wiggle? It looks down like this, and its butt wiggles before it's about to pounce. You can see it in lions and any kind of feline, any kind of predatory animal. They still have this. How the hell does a cat know how to do this? It's never had to hunt for anything or forage or anything, but it knows it. It's instinct. What are dogs' instincts? Nothing. Because they've been so bred, came from the gray wolf, and they've been basically led to nothing. Whatever you're seeing now. I've got a friend of mine who has one of these dogs. I'm not going to tell you. You know these toy dogs? You know these super hybrid, these little tiny dogs that are so tiny they break their back and they can't breathe and they're sick. That is so sick to get some cute little dog. Sorry. If you're going to get a dog, get a dog. Go to a pound, get a dog. Those are the best. These inbred nuts. No. You don't want to talk about this. You don't want to talk about it. I love the classic cat butt wiggle. Oh, and they're an amazing thing. My pit bull is awesome. You know, it's funny. Pit bulls they are such a wonderful breed. They have this negative connotation. The animal, the dog that has the greatest bite frequency, what I've heard is the golden retriever. Nobody cared about that because they look so cute. But pit bulls have a bad reputation. Yeah, they can be. They can be, whatever, but not if you're raised with love. They're beautiful. I love this Cane Corsos. Pit bulls are not allowed in Ontario. That is nuts. The Cane Corso is, to me, I love protector dogs. I love dogs that have this. They've been bred to say, this is mine. And when a Cane Corso, which is 100 and something, there's this one thing called, is a Dogumentary, is a great channel on YouTube. And there's one called, what's that dog? Dodo. It's like I forget. There's a little baby. This little baby is born and they got a Cane Corso puppy. So they're raised together. This thing takes off like that. This baby, this dog could eat this. I mean, just, and they love each other. It almost makes me cry to say this. It's so beautiful. And that animal, that kid looks at that dog in a way that doesn't look with any other human. The dog looks at it, the kid looks at it, and I think it does something. I think it's transcendental. I think the love is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life. I think it's the most beautiful thing in the world. Please do not cut guard dog ears. I agree with you. They may look good, but I don't understand that whole cutting ears thing. I don't think you should. Are you sure you want to talk about this? Depends. Do you really want to talk about this thing? I don't want to hear you complaining. Dangerous dogs if they're not experienced in training them. Well, dogs can be also, by the way, some of them can be, if they're mistreated. That's why you go to some remember, if you go to some shelters, be careful. But dogs, they're just wonderful. And they have this sense, this is a dog that doesn't know fear when it comes to protecting you. It doesn't know fear. It's trepidatious, but it doesn't know fear. It's like, no, I'm protecting you. And by the way, that little dog, that kid, good luck trying to take it. Good luck. It's all in the way they are raised. I agree with you 100%. Just like kids, just like people. Right, Lizzie? Just like somebody said Snoopy. Did you ever hear about Snoopy's story? Did you ever hear this story I remember where Snoopy was a member of another family or some story like that. There's some Snoopy. Never got the whole Snoopy thing. Never got it. Laura says, we owned a boxer and a husky during my childhood years. They were sweet and silly, but barked at strangers approaching. Good. Because, Laura, they're both signaling, but it's the idea that this is mine. There's this one dog, I don't remember the name of it. It's great for outside. And it scours the perimeter and just does this. Ooh. It just lets everybody know, I'm here. This is mine. And it makes a noise. Oh, it's beautiful. I love that. Ooh. The only thing that will protect your house from being burgled is a dog. I don't care what you say about burglar alarms. By the time somebody, you ever have a burglar alarm, you come in and go, oh, what the hell is that called? Ding, ding, ding. Okay. And then you call, okay, it's me. Sorry. It takes forever you're in, you're out, whatever. But a dog? Oh, no. No. They are incredible. A terrible story too are the dogs that are used in combat and war, and they can't be brought back. I hope they loosen that. But these soldiers go, and this dog was a war dog. They're trained not to bark, and this one dog could smell in Vietnam, could smell the food from VC and the like. Stand by for a second. I know we're making a big mistake talking about this subject, but if you want to continue, I'll do it. Because I know what you're going to say. Well, this guy's talking about dogs. But you know what? I like doing that. I like surprises. I like every now and then coming along and saying, hey, we're going to talk about something different. Now, what I wanted to tell you also is, did you hear this story? Listen to this one. Did you know that, and we read this on my private channel, that Bill Gates is spending about $11.7 billion to control the food supply, and the underlying motives behind his acquisition of vast tracts of American farmland are not really known. He wants to control food. I've been talking to you about this forever. Please listen to My Patriot Supply, but specifically, preparewithlionel.com. Listen to this. Patriot, the world at every level and facet is in peril. Everything has changed. The Great Reset is here. Just look around you. You must become more self-reliant and sufficient and secure the future for your family. Act today with My Patriot Supply. My Patriot Supply is the country's largest preparedness company, and it's more than equipped to stock your shelf. Their best-selling 3-month emergency food kit provides delicious breakfast, lunches, and dinners that last up to 25 years in storage. And right now, listen carefully, it's $200 off. That's right. Get over 2,000 calories every day. Just add water and heat, then eat. Make sure every member of your family has a 3-month food kit from My Patriot Supply. Go right now to my special website at preparewithlionel.com, preparewithlionel.com for $200 in savings. Be sure to order by 3 p.m. for free same-day shipping. It's best to have emergency food and not need it than to need it and not have it. Take $200 off right now at preparewithlionel.com, Preparewithlionel.com. Write this down, commit it to memory. Preparewithlionel.com. The man makes a lot of sense. The man makes a lot of sense. So follow that accordingly. Bill Gates is one of the largest landowners in America outside of the Chinese arrest Gates and Fauci. Now, HC, why would you want to arrest Bill Gates? What has Bill Gates done? Why do you want to arrest Bill Gates? I know it sounds popular. Why do you want to arrest Bill Gates? What? On 9/11, they planted live people in the rubble so the dogs would find live people. Now, David, I don't know where the hell you got that from, but that's a good one. That's kind of good. Do you believe that? Hey, did you hear that Alex Jones is going to be doing a 2-hour drop with Tucker Carlson? That is a wonderful thing. I was following a Twitter account of his wife. I have such a tremendous respect for Alex, the old Alex. I'd love to sit with him and say, we're going to change this. First of all, you got to work at your health. I look at him and he looks so unhealthy. I swear to God, he looks hypertensive. I don't know. I mean, I'm no expert in this, but have you noticed him? He was so ahead of his time. So ahead of his time. I think Owen Schroyer gets out tomorrow. I know he's always going to be forever. I don't know why Elon shuts him down. I thought Elon, I think he's still shut. He's still off of Twitter. He's got to go on his wife's account. I don't understand. I don't understand. Maybe I'm just demented. If you don't like what Alex Jones says, don't follow him. By the way, today, Brian Kilmeade is the most stupid person I think I have ever seen in my life. He was on with Vivek, and he could not say, at one point, he was talking, he couldn't say pseudonym. He kept saying pseudonym. He's a fool. And there's another fellow I was watching Vivek on YouTube doing one of these kind of a town hall things. And this poor guy cannot pronounce words. I mean, he just cannot do it. It's so glaring. And I don't think, maybe it's something, I don't know, maybe it's something, I don't think it's physical. I think he just doesn't know how to speak English. There are some people who just do not know how to speak it. And I think it's very sad because it's one thing to have an accent. It's another thing to speak, to not pluralize words, to leave words off. Brian Kilmeade, Vivek was so, this guy was doing the corporate line regarding Ukraine. I mean, it's just, I can't find anybody to even talk to. Anybody who says, we're going to let Eastern Europe, is like, listen, schmuck, you want Americans to go fight in what? To prevent Eastern Europe? The hell with Eastern Europe. What are you talking about? It's not our business. We got problems here. Do you know that in New York City, we're going to cut our fire department by 25%? Do you know that in New York City, we have already lined up for congestion pricing up to $15 a day if you travel in your city? It's going to happen to you next, my friend. We don't have enough money here. If, God forbid, we need a war, we don't have the equipment because we're pissing it away in Ukraine and other places. Does this make any, does this make any sense to you? It is so bloody stupid. And I guess I just don't understand why anybody thinks it's so interesting. Hey, Peter Doocy did you see him confront Trump, Biden? He said, hey, you said you don't know anything about your son's business, but here you are with, well, what about, yeah, that never happened. No, it did happen. Does this even interest you? The Republican Party is so screwed. Nikki Haley annoys me. Chris Christie is a bombast, a blowhard, a bilious non-entity. But what are you going to do, my friends? What the hell are you going to do? Now, a couple of things here. We had some great talks this morning. Why is it, and I tried this before, why is it so difficult for people to understand Why do people keep bringing up Epstein? Why do we pretend that we care about Epstein? Why is it? Why? Why? Why is it that we pretend that we care about Epstein? Nobody cares about Epstein. Barry Taylor says, Dr. Demental, how dare you? I could be in school. Oh, Dr. Dementa, thank you. Oh, how dare you? I could be in school. Look at this. I'm almost done. I'm almost done. This is very, 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 very calming in a very strange way. Very annoying. It's like when you pop. Do you ever pop those little plastic things? What do you do that calms you down? What ASMR or whatever? What do you do that calms you? What do you do that? I love listening at night in my headphones to rain and wind, and I love that. Austin says, still more to be discovered about Epstein. You're not going to find anything about Epstein because a lot of the women have been not bought off, have settled, as is their right. Ghislaine, remember this, they're going to do a prisoner swap. She's going to be sent to the UK through some kind of, I don't know what, some event. She kept her mouth shut. Why do you think she kept her mouth shut? Quick, this is easy. Why do you think Ghislaine kept her mouth shut? Why? Come on. Why? Ooh, painting. I know you're very good at painting. I got your stuff there. Wash my face. That's it. Holy metal. You like to clean? Cleans. Boy, why do you think Ghislaine didn't give people up? Why? She could have been horrible. Why don't you think? This is simple. Hillbillies on some survival. Whose survival? Whose survival? Something could have happened to Ghislaine and nobody would have said anything. Ghislaine could have been offed in her cell, suicide in a bun. She could have just had some cardiac arrest. They could have given her some food over a period of time. It builds up. Then all of a sudden you give them something that puts them over the limit. All of a sudden she dies from maybe elevated potassium. Nothing that seems poisonous. Why do you think? She doesn't want to be Epstein. Oh, well, no. You don't want to do two in a row. It's simple. Her family. It's the simplest thing in the world. Why do you think one of the reasons why, believe it or not, David Berkowitz said, because I don't believe that Son of Sam thing at all. One of the things that he said was he had to watch what he was doing, watch what he was saying because of his family. You understand this? He was worried about his family. And we prove one thing. You can kill anybody in this country, no matter how obvious it is, and nobody will do anything about it. Nobody will have any kind of an inquiry. Nobody will ask. Nothing. Nobody will care about this. So if they told her, they said, listen, Ghislaine, you've got maybe your mom and dad or brother or whatever. Doesn't happen. Doesn't care. Watch what you say. And maybe we'll, whatever. We don't want to kill too many people. It looks bad. But rather than you, but then again, if you hurt somebody's family member, well, she has a big family, then you can obviously, you got to take them all out. But that's one of the things. How anybody still believes to this day that he committed suicide is something I will never know. Jenny says, that is not Ghislaine in prison, nor was it her who got arrested. The In-N-Out Burger photos she released is two women, same outfit. Ask the AI match Epstein's DNA to his jail toothbrush. Interesting. Anybody want to put a bet on that? Anybody want to bet that the Ghislaine Maxwell they have, who was in prison, is not the one, that it's another Ghislaine Maxwell? Who wants to bet? Now, I don't say the possibility, because that's very good, by the way, Jenny. Who believes that as even being remotely possible? Now, by the way, my friends, come on. I need 300 likes. What is this? What the hell's going on? What the hell is going on? What do I need to do to get your attention? Now, does anybody believe that? Oh, that is possible. Really, Alice? Really? You think that there's another Ghislaine, that they got some woman that you're going to be Ghislaine, okay, and you're going to stay in the prison, okay, and then okay, don't say anything. I won't. Anybody think that? Jenny says that theory is so outrageous it might be true. Remember incredulity. Don't forget. Don't forget what McLuhan said. Little lies are hard to keep secret, but big lies are easy because of our incredulity. Anything is possible these days. I'm asking, is it possible? Is it likely? Come on. Do you really think so? Seriously. Somebody's going to say, that's Ghislaine Maxwell. Yeah, that's her. You sure about that? I know we have doubles, but that, come on. I mean, it could be. There's a lot of stuff that's weird about the whole story. Why didn't they just off Epstein before? They remember they got him in Teterboro in New Jersey, came in. They could have offed him. Could have been like, hey, where's Epstein? I don't know. Most people didn't even know who he was. He's just gone. Who's got the tapes? Who's got the tapes? Who's got the videos? Who's got it? Let me ask you about that one. Who's got them? Anybody? Who's got the tapes? Come on. Let's hear it. Who's got the tapes? Who's got the video? Countless. FBI? Interesting. Maybe. You think somebody would just let these things? You think that the people who were involved, the people who were responsible for him, the people who set him up, because he was set up just to he wasn't a financial anything. He was set up. Lex Wexner, I don't know what he's doing with any of this stuff, but or where he's involved, where he's what he's doing now. But do you think so? The DOJ, the people who want that, the people who needed that, do not leave the tapes hanging around. They're not there. He doesn't have a room where, want to see all my tapes that I've collected for the last 20 years? No, we'll get them as you do them. Thank you. What kind of an what kind of an organization will basically leave it all there? Come on, man. Please. No, those things are gone. You don't leave honeypot stuff just sitting around there ready for the raid. They knew this was going to happen. Not only that, they've got so many people. Everybody knew this between Andrew and everybody else. No, those were made. Remember the connection, Ehud Barak and others. If you told me that not Israel, but Mossad or somebody like that had them, I'd say that's not far-fetched. I have no reason to believe that, but that's not far-fetched in the least. The honeypot, the idea of getting, garnering, and collecting information that can prove embarrassing has been a part of the lexicon, my friends, for years. Sparky says, when my brother moved away with his dogs from the entrance to his crime-free neighborhood, there were 3 burglaries within 2 weeks, including the house of the Karen who always complained about them. Interesting. Don't you love that? Dogs are just this wonderful. I have, there is a video, there is and by the way, thank you, Sparky. There is a Twitter account of animals going in for it. Now, I happen to like this. I don't like this, but I like to see how animals, how predators, how they go. They know what to do. They clamp here, back of the neck, crush windpipe. They just know this. They don't want to be mean. They want to eat. They want to do whatever they have to do. And this is nature. This is God. And I love to see how they do this. Do you ever see an elephant? How an elephant attacks you? How does an elephant attack you? I think this is interesting because they get mean. What does an elephant do? How does he do it? It's not what you think. You're thinking he steps on you, doesn't he? What does an elephant do? What do you think? Stomping. No, stop it. I just told you. Crush. No, well, how? How? Elephants are smart, like you cannot believe. How do they do it? Kneels on you. Oh, no, 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 no. Come on, they all do it the same. Tusks? Nope. Nope. Bump? No. Trunk? Nope. Come on, let's go. Come on, use your head. Get it? Use your head. Headbutt. Close. 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 Come on. Come on. You're getting close. You can do it. Richard came very, very close. If not, I think that may be the winner, but close enough. Fires peanuts at you. That's it. Fires peanuts at you. And rectally. Stomp. Nope. When you're on the ground, puts his head. It brings over and crushes you with his head. With his head. Right here, this part. Crushes. They charge at you. Look at Liz. Bless her heart. I have to do dishes, and this has been great fun. Respect you very much, Lionel. Keep us on your toes. Thank you, Alice. Alice has to do dishes. Let's all wave goodbye. Alice, goodbye, dear heart. Doing dishes is a wonderful thing. You know what? We're going to say, but we're going to get you a dishwasher. Do you understand that? We're going to get you a dishwasher. Now, my friends, one more thing before I forget. I got to tell you this much because I love these people. And you know what I feel about Mike Lindell. And you know what I feel about MyPillow. And you know what I feel about promo code Lionel. Well, this will clarify any feelings you might not understand. Let me tell you about my great friends at MyPillow.com. MyPillow.com. And by the way, use promo code Lionel. Use promo code Lionel and receive a free gift. No purchase necessary. And yes, I realize that gifts are free. It's a tautology. Get over it. Sue me. So what are we talking about? How about Giza Dream bed sheets, MyPillow 2.0, sheets, slippers, percales, towels, quilts, bedspreads, mattresses, mattress covers, mattress toppers, linens, kitchen towels, bathrobes, name it. Items to luxuriate and relax. And don't forget, Christmas is just around the corner. And yes, it makes a great stocking stuffer, and it's fine for dad or grad. Made by the greatest company from the greatest people in the greatest country. Or call 800-645-4965 if you're OG and see how quickly Mike Lindell answers the phone. 800-645-4965. But don't forget, only use promo code Lionel. That's MyPillow.com. Promo code Lionel. MyPillow.com. Promo code Lionel. Indeed, my friends. Indeed, my friends. It's time for the $1 Christmas tree. You know what? Mrs. L and I just got Ed. Ed is our annual tree. Got Ed? She's about to put the lights on. Take a picture of it for you. Let you know. It was nice doing that. I love that stuff. You know what I love about the Christmas thing? It's for no other reason than the notion of it's called tradition. That's all. Just plain old tradition. That's it. You understand this? Tradition. And it doesn't mean I like to hear tradition. Maybe traditions that I don't even necessarily believe in or share. But when I see people attending services, I love to see. It's big here and maybe around the country. But you have large African American families who have during the summer times reunions. You know, the Taylor family. I have a T-shirt. That is so nice. Because it's not the event, it's what the event means. Do you hear what I'm saying? It's what the event means. Happy holidays to all, no matter what they may be. You know what? These can be very, very tough times for people. If you're alone, if you've had somebody in your family who died, somebody that maybe holidays make you sad. Memories to me are what I'm blessed with. I never get sad about memory. I never get sad. I'm thinking, thank God I had this. Thank God I was able to say this. Thank God I was able to appreciate this. I feel very, very lucky. Not, oh, I miss these people. I mean, I do, but thank God I had this. Because before you know it, my friends, poof, it's gone. And the assembly line continues. And the road goes on forever, as Joe Ely sang. That's it. You understand this? That's just the way it is. This is the assembly line. So get ready. Don't ever forget that. Recurring rashes. I've been a janitor for 19 years. You would not believe the stories I've heard. I would love that. I love stories about what people do in people's jobs, what people have seen, and I love it. I love it. I was talking to a friend of mine tonight, a very, very good, I'm not going to mention his name, but he's very famous, by the way. He's one of these famous undercover FBI types. You know what I mean? You would know him. Very, very famous. We were just talking and laughing about just various things about what you see when you're able to work, and how he worked among various criminal types and the mob and the Italian mob, and why there is this weird fixation. You see what I'm saying? Okay. All right, dear friends. Listen, let me tell you something. First and foremost, Barry Taylor and Tony Soprano and Sparky, thank you. But I want you to listen to me. I probably had more fun talking with you tonight about cats and dogs and just enjoying what I believe is just plain old, just conversation. I absolutely love this. And I thank you. Oh, Sparky says, wasn't Ghislaine quietly transferred to a nicer facility in the last year? If I recall, something big was in the news, so hardly anyone noticed. I think she's in Florida now. I heard she's there. I wasn't exactly too thrilled with what was happening. Words or something to that effect. I do not know this. But we will see. But mark my words, she's going to end up back in the UK, and all will be forgiven. And that little hiccup of her life will be forgotten. So anyway, my friends, Skeptic Spud, Knight from Ireland, all the best. And as my dear friend from Galway used to say, this one there was not fake, the one there. This one, your man Biden, but yeah, come there, Trump is a dictator. I said, a fuck's sake, but all they talk about. That's what I said. All right, dear friends, we love you. You are the best. Thank you so much. Have a great and a glorious and a wonderful evening. See you tomorrow at 8 a.m. And don't forget these wonderful words. This valedictory, the monkey's dead. The show's over. Sue ya.